Imagine telling someone something that sounds completely absurd. You look up at the sky and say, "The sun has never burned. Not once. Not in the entire 5 billion years it has existed." Immediately someone would laugh. "Of course it burns. We can see it burning. It glows, it radiates heat, it produces light strong enough to illuminate an entire solar system." But here is the strange part. If you could somehow travel to the surface of the sun and examine what is actually happening there, you would discover something astonishing. There is no fire, no flames, no oxygen feeding a chemical reaction, no combustion in the way we normally understand burning. And yet the sun shines with the energy of 100 billion nuclear bombs every second. That means our everyday understanding of fire, the kind we see in a candle, a campfire, or a gas stove, completely fails when we try to explain the most important source of energy in our solar system. So the real question becomes far more fascinating. If the sun is not burning, then what in the universe is it actually doing? Because whatever process powers the sun must be unimaginably powerful. It has been running continuously for billions of years without stopping, without running out of fuel, and without collapsing under its own gravity. And the deeper physicists looked into this mystery, the more surprising the answer became. It turns out the sun is not a giant fire. It is something far stranger. It is a cosmic nuclear machine, quietly performing the most powerful reaction in nature over and over again every second. And once you understand what that reaction is, you realize something even more astonishing. The energy that warms your face on a sunny afternoon began its journey deep inside the sun hundreds of thousands of years ago. Yes, the sunlight touching your skin right now started moving toward you long before humans even existed. So the sun hasn't been burning for 5 billion years. It has been doing something far more incredible. Think about the last time you lit a candle. The flame flickers softly. It consumes wax and oxygen, producing heat, light, and a little smoke drifting into the air. That's what we normally call burning. Burning is simply a chemical reaction. Atoms rearrange themselves, forming new molecules and releasing a bit of energy in the process. The oxygen in the air reacts with the carbon and hydrogen in the wax, and the result is fire. But chemical reactions are actually quite weak in terms of energy. Even the most powerful chemical fuel we know, gasoline, releases only a tiny amount of energy compared to what happens inside stars. Now think about the sun. Every second, it releases an unimaginable amount of energy, roughly 3.8 times 10 to 6 watts. That is equivalent to detonating around 100 billion nuclear bombs every single second. Yet the sun has been doing this continuously for billions of years without running out of fuel. If the sun were powered by ordinary chemical burning, like a gigantic cosmic campfire, it would have exhausted its fuel in less than 10,000 years. But we know the Earth itself is about 4.5 billion years old, and the sun has been shining the entire time. So already we see a contradiction. The sun clearly looks like a giant fire in the sky, but it cannot possibly be powered by burning. This realization puzzled scientists for a very long time. In the 19th century, physicists tried to calculate how long the sun could shine using known energy sources. Every calculation gave an answer far too small, only a few million years. But geology and biology were telling a completely different story. Fossils and rock layers proved that Earth had existed for hundreds of millions, even billions of years. So the question became unavoidable. Where is the sun getting its energy? Most people never ask a deeper version of that question. We ask why the sun shines. We ask how hot it is. We ask how far away it is. But we rarely ask the more troubling question. Why hasn't it run out of energy yet? Imagine a gigantic pile of coal the size of the sun. Even that unimaginable mountain of fuel would disappear shockingly fast if it were producing the same amount of energy the sun produces every second. So clearly, something far more efficient must be happening. But how efficient could nature possibly be? To answer that question, we have to look at matter in a completely different way. When we burn something like wood or gasoline, we are only rearranging electrons around atoms. The atoms themselves remain mostly unchanged. It's like rearranging the furniture inside a house. The house stays intact. But inside the Sun, something far more dramatic is happening. The atoms themselves are being transformed. Their nuclei, the dense centers containing protons and neutrons, are colliding, merging, and turning into entirely new elements. And this is where the hidden question appears. What happens when matter itself changes form? What happens when the mass of atoms is slightly different before and after a reaction? This tiny difference, almost impossibly small, turns out to be the secret. Because in the early 20th century, a physicist named Albert Einstein wrote down an equation that changed our understanding of energy forever. It revealed that mass and energy are not separate things. They are two forms of the same thing. A tiny amount of mass can be converted into an enormous amount of energy. Inside the Sun, hydrogen atoms are constantly colliding under immense pressure and temperature. The Sun's core is about 15 million degrees Celsius. At these temperatures, atoms move so fast that they slam into each other with incredible force. Occasionally, two hydrogen nuclei fuse together. This process is called nuclear fusion. 4 hydrogen nuclei gradually combine to form a single helium nucleus. But here's the crucial detail. The helium nucleus weighs slightly less than the 4 hydrogen nuclei that created it. Where did that missing mass go? It didn't disappear. According to Einstein's equation, that tiny bit of mass was converted directly into energy. Every second, the Sun converts roughly 4 million tons of matter into pure energy. 4 million tons sounds enormous, but compared to the Sun's total mass, it is almost nothing. The Sun can continue this process for billions of years before running out of hydrogen fuel in its core. So the Sun is not burning at all. It is performing a continuous nuclear fusion reaction, turning mass into energy with extraordinary efficiency. But even this explanation hides another surprising detail. Because the sunlight that finally escapes the Sun is not produced instantly. When fusion occurs deep inside the Sun's core, it produces incredibly energetic particles of light called photons. You might imagine these photons immediately shooting out of the Sun and racing toward Earth at the speed of light. But that's not what happens. The inside of the Sun is so dense that photons cannot travel very far without hitting something. They collide with atoms, then bounce in another direction, then collide again, over and over and over again. The path of a photon inside the Sun looks less like a straight line and more like a drunk person wandering randomly through a crowded room. Physicists call this a random walk. A photon may travel only a tiny distance before crashing into another particle and changing direction. And because the Sun is about 700,000 kilometers in radius, escaping this chaotic maze takes an astonishingly long time. Scientists estimate that a photon created in the Sun's core may take anywhere between 100,000 and 1 million years to finally reach the surface. Think about that for a moment. The sunlight warming your face today may have begun its journey before the first human beings walked the Earth. Once that photon finally escapes the Sun's surface, the rest of the trip is easy. It travels through space at the speed of light and reaches Earth in about 8 minutes. So the light we see from the Sun is actually the final step of a journey that may have started hundreds of thousands of years ago. Now imagine shrinking yourself down to the size of an atom and traveling into the center of the Sun. There would be no flames like in a fire. Instead, you would see an incredibly dense ocean of particles, mostly hydrogen nuclei and electrons, moving at enormous speeds. The temperature is about 15 million degrees. Particles race around at hundreds of kilometers per second. Most of the time, they collide and bounce apart. But occasionally, something extraordinary happens. 2 hydrogen nuclei approach each other closely enough that a fundamental force of nature suddenly takes over. Normally, these nuclei repel each other because they both carry positive electric charge. But if they come extremely close, closer than the width of a proton, another force appears. This force is the strong nuclear force. Unlike the electric force, it pulls particles together with incredible strength. In that tiny instant, two hydrogen nuclei fuse together. A small nuclear reaction begins. Particles rearrange themselves. Energy bursts outward. Eventually, after several steps, 4 hydrogen nuclei become one helium nucleus. Each fusion reaction releases only a tiny packet of energy. But inside the Sun, trillions upon trillions of these reactions occur every single second. From the outside, the Sun looks calm and steady. But inside, it is a raging storm of nuclear reactions. Every cubic centimeter of the Sun's core produces enormous energy. Yet because the Sun is so vast, the energy spreads gently as it travels outward. Gravity is constantly pulling the Sun inward, trying to compress it further and further. At the same time, the energy from nuclear fusion pushes outward. Gravity squeezes, fusion pushes back. And the balance between these two forces creates a stable star that can shine for billions of years. To understand this even more deeply, we must look at the structure of matter itself. Everything we see around us is made of atoms. Atoms contain electrons orbiting a nucleus made of protons and neutrons. Most chemical reactions only involve the electrons, but nuclear reactions involve the nucleus itself. Inside the Sun, the immense pressure squeezes atoms together so tightly that their nuclei begin to interact. When hydrogen nuclei collide under these conditions, the strong nuclear force binds them together. This is the beginning of nuclear fusion. Through a sequence of reactions known as the proton-proton chain, hydrogen nuclei gradually combine to form helium. A tiny fraction of their mass disappears and becomes energy. And that energy is what powers the Sun. Now expand your view beyond our solar system. The fusion reactions happening in the Sun are not unique. They occur in hundreds of billions of stars across the galaxy. After the Big Bang, the universe contained mostly hydrogen and helium. There were no heavy elements like carbon, oxygen, or iron. Stars became the universe's element factories. Inside their cores, nuclear fusion slowly created heavier elements. When massive stars eventually exploded, they scattered those elements across space. Those atoms later formed new stars, planets, and eventually living organisms. Which leads to a remarkable realization. The atoms in your body were once inside ancient stars. The carbon in your cells, the oxygen you breathe, the calcium in your bones. All of them were forged in stellar furnaces billions of years ago. In other words, when you look up at the Sun, you are seeing the same cosmic process that once created the very atoms that make you exist. Your body is literally made of stardust. So when we return to the original paradox, that the Sun has never burned, we can now see why that statement is true. Burning is a chemical reaction involving electrons, but the Sun operates at a much deeper level. It rearranges atomic nuclei. That difference makes nuclear fusion millions of times more powerful than ordinary fire. Yet the Sun performs this process slowly and steadily, maintaining a perfect balance between gravity and nuclear pressure. If fusion increases slightly, the Sun expands and cools, slowing the reaction. If fusion decreases, gravity compresses the core and raises the temperature, speeding the reaction back up. This natural feedback system keeps the Sun stable for billions of years. Every sunrise we see is powered by this delicate balance. And there is something deeply humbling about that realization. Each morning, sunlight fills the sky. We feel warmth on our skin. Plants turn that light into food. Winds and weather are driven by its energy. But behind that familiar experience lies one of the most profound processes in nature. Deep inside the Sun, atoms are merging. Matter is slowly transforming into energy, and that energy travels across space to sustain life on a small planet orbiting far away. In a sense, every sunrise is a reminder that the same laws of physics govern everything, from the smallest atomic nucleus to the largest stars in the universe. The atoms in your body obey the same forces that ignite stars. The light entering your eyes began its journey in nuclear reactions that occurred long before human civilization existed. So the next time you look at the sun, remember something extraordinary. You are not seeing fire. You are witnessing one of the most powerful and elegant processes in the universe. A gigantic sphere of plasma where gravity crushes matter so intensely that atomic nuclei fuse together, releasing energy that travels across space to reach us. The sunlight touching your face today may have begun its journey hundreds of thousands of years ago. It wandered through the dense interior of a star before finally escaping into space. And after traveling 150 million kilometers, it arrives here, warming oceans, powering ecosystems, and illuminating the world we know. The sun has never burned, not even once in 5 billion years. Instead, it has been quietly transforming matter into energy, second by second, atom by atom, a silent nuclear engine lighting an entire solar system. And in that realization lies one of the most beautiful truths in science. The universe is far stranger, far more elegant, and far more interconnected than our everyday intuition ever imagined.